Hey everybody, it's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan. On Monday, there is going to be a session with the CTO of Ripple, David Schwartz, and you can post your question here. And even if you don't want to post a question, you can influence what he answers. There's too many questions for him to get through it all, but you have the ability on this site to upvote or downvote some of these choices, and I'm sure he's going to pay attention to that. So some of the questions are very good too, by the way. I'll put a link to this in the description below. And unfortunately, again, there is a problem with Bithumb. They are in South Korea, and on the website about 5 hours ago, they put an apology up that they are delaying the cryptocurrency deposits and withdrawal service, and they give you a link to kind of see what the details are. And according to their announcement, it looks like they have lost cryptocurrency owned by the company, and it is an accident involving insiders. So based on the facts, they are conducting intensive investigations with KISA, Cyber Police Agency, and security companies. Well, I think they will announce when they are going to resume, it says here, in a separate announcement. But it's really unfortunate because it wasn't too long ago that Bithumb had a problem before. They do state here that, kind of interesting, they said that this won't happen again as we develop the internal workforce verification system. Wow, well, everybody knows, don't even need to say it, should have been done already. In the payment space, there is some breaking news. That is, Omise Go Payments Company is acquired by a big Thailand group for $100 million. So the research company, Autonomous Research, says that the key to their success is most likely going to be if they can target customers with phones. And they also note that they need to improve the cross-border payment function. Omise is actually a leader in payments in Thailand, and they do have some users in Singapore, Japan, and Indonesia. The person who actually runs this group is very interesting and mysterious. He is the fourth richest man in Thailand. He has an estimated net worth of about 36 billion. His name is Chaval Giadavanon, and there's just not a lot of information about him. He did purchase the 88-year-old Fortune magazine about just in November for $150 million. He has dozens of businesses that really across many sectors, and the most interesting business he has is he's the sole operator of all the 7-Elevens in Thailand. And he did graduate with his bachelor's degree from USC in Southern California. Okay, am I glad I was sleeping when this drama kind of erupted yesterday? But TradingView put out this tweet on the 25th that was just a little bit reckless and irresponsible. And I don't know what they were thinking. It's pretty much, in my opinion, it was clickbait to get you to come onto their site. So they posted another TradingView members chart that XRP was going to lose up to 98% in 2 years. And it's just really, really ridiculous. But I wanted to just randomly look at this person who created the chart to see, well, if TradingView chose his chart, he must be somebody who knows what he's doing. So I just randomly took 3 different charts over the course of, as recent as, what's the most recent one? Most recent one is in October 2018, and then a couple of them back from 2017 to really see if he was able to predict the price as he is so doing using the tools on TradingView. So here is a prediction of Litecoin. He predicted Litecoin would be to $100,000 in 10 years. And if we take a look at today's date and we throw out the high and we throw out the low, it was supposed to be today at $1,003. But as you know, Litecoin is trading for $62.12. All right, so he was a little off. And then let's take a look at a chart he did on Digibyte. So Digibyte has been a favorite for a long time. It's one of the coins that have been around for a while. And here he says that it's consolidating and it's going to the moon. Well, at this time, on December 29th, 2017, he made the call that by January 6th, 2018, Digibyte would be at $3.61. Actually, today, it is just barely over a penny. And it actually had a all-time high during the big bull run at like 12 cents from what I could see on CoinMarketCap. So I don't think this exactly was a chart that worked out for him. And so then I took a look at one called that he called for Bitcoin. And it was actually something he did on October 2018. He made a call that by the 17th of November 2018, Bitcoin would be $9,296. Well, on that date of November 17th, 2018, Bitcoin was $5,550. So he was off by half. I don't know. I just can't imagine why TradingView would do what they did. And, you know, don't mess with Tiffany. Tiffany actually engaged with them. And 14 hours ago, TradingView gave the community an apology. So we want to apologize to Hayden Tiff, which is Tiffany Hayden, XRP Center, Ripple, and all the XRP lovers and all broken hearts. Kind of strange. Previously, we have posted a ridiculous idea regarding 98% decrease just because, here's their reason, just because so many people thought we were being paid by Ripple for promotion. I just can't even believe that was their answer. You know, TradingView, you have some responsibility in this space to keep it healthy, and spreading FUD is really, truly one of the worst things you can do when you have a public position like that. Okay, so as you know, I had a lot of fun taking the torch from the XRP torch from Hodor, and I gave it to Bob Way, and Bob Way gave it to Adrian Hope Bailey. He is the head interledger developer for Coil, and he's building a lot of XRP tools. Well, he threw it up in the air and created a puzzle with clues. And I thought, oh gosh, how long is it going to take for someone to solve it? Well, Nixer did it pretty much in the same day, way above my skill set. You had to take a hex file and convert it to ASCII, where you saw the coding and data, and then you got the password, which took you to a link to GitHub, and then you had to fulfill and execute the transaction. But this gentleman at Nixer FFM, he is actually a developer in the banking sector, so it wasn't above his skill set, and he did it. So congratulations to him. And look at what he also has created. He has an XRP tip bot statistics page, and here you can see the stats, which is really interesting. I had not seen this before. You can see who has received the most XRP tips. Look at that. Weetzie Wen is in the #1 position. You can see the most XRP tips received. That's St. Jude, that charity that has been set up. That's really great. The most tips sent and the most XRP sent via tip. And look at that. Robert, what a star. He is so generous with his tipping. He has sent 29,746 XRP so far. Wow. Thanks, Robert. You are the best. Okay, and moving to the last story, which is about the Ripple drop. It's an extended interview that they had that came out within the last 24 hours. And it is with the Ripple employee, Janal Surti. And he talks about how Ripple is going into all these markets with teams now and creating more of a localization for the teams, because the offices around the world, each region has some different nuances. And they did a test with Naveen Gupta in India, and that pilot was successful. So now they are hiring teams with a lead, a general manager like Naveen was, and you'll have people hired for sales, integration, and deployment. And I think they will be able to successfully keep on their expansion. You know, you can imagine with all the new banks that they have signed up, and probably all the ones we don't know about yet, how busy they are in keeping up with the sales team, who is really making some tracks right now. So the offices started in New York, then San Francisco, they went to London, and then Mumbai. And those are some of the ones he talks about in this interview. But they are also not, in addition to hiring these managers, they are also doing events. And I think we saw one of those events happen in Thailand just a few days ago. Okay, everybody, so let's talk about localization. I'm going to the fluff. Here is something that was localized in Japan, and I'm not so sure. I don't know what to think on this, but if you are from the United States, you are, I'm sure, familiar with Hooters. Well, Japan has Hooters too, and they have announced a brand new Miss Hooters Japan contest 2019. Yeah, so here's an example of localization, right? Well, the one localization I really want to talk about is Starbucks. They just opened a brand new, I'm going to show you the actual building here. This is the building here in Nakameguro. And this is one of their reserve roasteries. There's only 5 of them. Tokyo is the 5th one. They follow Seattle, Shanghai, Milan, and New York. And the design of the building was done by the very, 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 very famous Japanese architect Kengo Kuma. If you research him, you'll find that he's even doing work for the Olympics, but he is worldwide one of the best working architects now. He always uses wood. He really loves the natural material. In this case, he used cedar. And along with that Japanese sugi, or cedar, he made the building very Japanese-like to fit into the neighborhood. It has an origami-like ceiling, has paper lanterns. It has what is really special. This is the picture here, the copper. Hand-pounded copper from a craft that actually started in Niigata in a town called Tsubame. But this is called Tsuchime, and it's really, really special. And I have some to show you, because if you come to Japan, this is one of the traditional crafts that I think you will really want to seek out. In addition to the big roaster here that's pounded copper, they have 2,100 copper cherry blossoms also in this location. So when you come to Japan during cherry blossom season, you can also get a cherry blossom latte frappuccino, and it's sold for a very short period of time in Starbucks, and they're very yummy. They have pink chocolate flakes on the top to represent the cherry blossom petals. It's very yummy. Here is an example of the two. This is the frappuccino and this is the latte. And you can see how the top looks with the sprinkled chocolate. Yeah, Yummy. So I think it's only going to be served for, I don't know, only a few more days at the very least. Maybe it even could be over. I'm not sure. Probably maybe just another week. And going back to that copper, this hand pounded metal tradition craft in Japan is very big. It's in a lot of different utensils. In fact, I'm just absolute lover of it. I have a small spoon and some forks. It's all hand pounded. And I don't know if you can see that. It's a little bit on the bright side, but it's so lovely and so beautiful. And this is the most popular, or I think maybe the most beautiful, is when it's done in the copper. And this is actually, if I can show you here, it has the stamp that it is made in Japan and the manufacturer. Yeah, it's just, it's very heavy, actually. But if you do come to Japan and you want to take home a traditional craft, I think this is a really good choice. Okay, everybody, that's all I have for you today. Do take care. Sayonara for now. Bye-bye.